How you doing, everyone? It's Monday night, it's 8 o'clock. It's time for Braw Cast. We are back. I'm Billy Kirkwood, and we have got a fucking belting show for you. Before we get on about it, very quickly, I always like to say hi to everyone who's watching in the Brawtherhood, wherever he is. And here's another one. Don't forget, wherever you're watching, do me a favor, hit that share button. Let's get as many viewers on this as well as we can. Make sure to check out everything that's going on over at brawbeardoils.com. And I always just show a little bit of love to the podcast. Hit that like button. We have got a lot of people watching tonight. I'm really, really excited about tonight's guest. If you do have any questions, here's the best thing to do. Get them in nice and early. If you've got any questions from Graham Aitken, here's what to do. Pop them into the comments just then. And don't forget, let us know wherever you are watching. Wherever you are watching, we'd love to hear from you. But get your questions in nice and early. I'll give you another wee chance to yarn about it. Right. First of all, let's not mess about. He is sitting there very patiently waiting for me, and probably the coolest backdrop we've ever had for any guest right here on Braw Cast. So I'm very, very excited about it. He is from East Coast Tour Inc. We're very excited. Please welcome Mr. Graham Aitken. And I timed that perfectly, mate, just as you were taking a drink.
Yeah, sorry. You caught me.
I do apologise. How you doing tonight, mate? How's things going down in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, they're going good, man. It's a real honour to be here. Joe's been watching it. John's been a friend of ours since we started.
Yes.
It's a real pleasure to see that you guys are still going strong, and it's great to be here.
We're doing what we can now. It's this is really, really it's cool to get you on the show because before, and you're probably one of the most prepared guests. You sent me a whole bit about everything that's going on down at East Coast. But before we get to that, we'd managed to check out the website. So much is going on in that one building that you're in. We'll get in about that in just a second. But first of all, how did this business that you have come about? Because there's so many different routes coming into it. Obviously there's the bikes, there's metal, there's alternative, like so much going on. How did this all start for you then, this sort of journey towards where you are right now, East Coast?
I mean, I guess it's a lifetime of different achievements that both myself, family and friends that are involved with East Coast have done. So what we've done is we amalgamated everything together, and the dream was to have something that we could settle down with,
right?
And kind of just be our thing, family, friends, good vibes, and put it all under one roof, It took a little bit of time to get there, but I think in sort of the last 8 years of trading, we've done pretty good. We're kind of close to on the road where we want to be.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, East Coast Incorporated is an incorporation of everything we love.
Yeah.
And we're on the East Coast. That's all there is to it. It's a little bit of all of us. It's a shrine to what we've done in our lives.
Yeah.
I would say the key elements are barbering,
right,
bikes, beer, and music. Those four things is what we're passionate about. We have a small clothing brand.
That's right.
Which goes out internationally. I've got a lot of friends in the States side and in Middle East as well. So that kind of like chugs along nicely. Got a small store in here. So we sell beer. We have a craft beer shop, about 70 different beers.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic clientele in the bar. The barber shop is what can I say? I mean, the guy, everyone that comes in there is amazing. We love each and every one of them. Some of these people have, we've been in the barbering industry for. How old am I now? I was 45 last week. Yeah, last month.
All right. Happy birthday, mate.
That's why I wasn't on your show, because it was my birthday.
Well, happy birthday, mate. Happy birthday again.
45, then not happy. But yeah, man, I mean, I think I started barbering when I was 18.
Right.
And, so what's that, 27, 28 years?
Jesus.
We've been, So a lot of the other achievements that have been there that we've done, that I've done personally, we've always, the barbering has always been in the background,
Right.
And, it's a passion for motorcycles and cars, basically anything on wheels with an engine,
right,
or wheels for that matter. Came to flourish in my early 20s, but I became I loved stunt riding. I loved street super bikes, doing shit on them, and fortunate enough to get a break and turn professional for best part of 10 years, and traveled the world doing that. So the elements of that are still here. And you kind of fast forward that on to today. It's like, those memories and those times of both barbering, both making a living on the bikes, which wasn't always easy, same as everything. And then and now the bar, basically, we started the bar to just our own little den to kind of meet our friends. Our customers enjoy it, and then we get more people, and it has its own little identity now. It's a nice little safe haven. So basically, it's kind of taken all those things that I myself and the rest of the staff have been into all their lives. Important is to mention the staff. The staff here are all. I say family and friends, but they're like there's blood family and there's non-blood family. So we're all like super tight. We've been together a long time, and they have their own jam going on, their own thing, and we incorporate that into here. So it's not like coming to work. Going to work is awful. Going to work's just like. Nobody likes going to work. So we kind of try to make this as fun as we possibly can, surround ourselves with things that we love. And we're just very fortunate to have the people that come in here that love the same things we do. And but our main strategy in business, which is above all of the lights and all the bling, whatever, is the product, man. The product's got to be right. It has to be the best. You have to push yourself 100%, to keep it at that level, and that's what we like to give all the time, and I always think, regardless as to whether you like to come in, listen to the music, see the bikes, whatever, unless you're getting a product that you believe in and that works for you every single time, you've got to have that product, man. Like Braw Beard oils, they started with an awesome product, and now they have an awesome brand. But it's the product, man. And that's why we keep stocking it. That's the only beard oils we keep in. And I'm happy with that. So it works, and John's always done the right thing, and that's I guess that's what we might have in common. We have that the product first. You can only sell shit once.
That's a good part, and I love the fact that you're not joking about it when you say incorporated. Literally, you've brought all those different passions, all those different elements of your own personality, lifestyle, and that journey through your life. Like I say, it's all there in that business. You give me that little tour before it. The bikes are in there. You talked about the stunt biking, which is just, I always love when we do this in broadcast and we're talking to people and we just casually drop in, oh, by the way, I did stunt biking all over the world. It was just a little thing, and it's like, sorry, what? Because
it's like anything, I mean, you yourself doing what you do and what you've done in the past is awesome, but it's a job, man. Like anything else,
That's it.
It is a humble living, it's graft, all the time, whether you're on the road or whether you're changing tires or whether you're cutting someone's hair, serving at the bar, it's graft, and we're all grafters, and it's kind of like take away I've always said our customers get the best of East Coasting because we have to do the work,
Right.
I would love to just sit here and be a customer, it's like that's the best.
That's a great compliment for what you're doing. Like, you personally are saying, I would love to experience this on the other side. That's how much you really get, because that's a glowing reference. I don't know many people that would work for companies, but the thing is, like you were saying, incorporated. It's physically in that building. You've got a bar, you got a barber shop, you got a little venue, you got there's so much in that building. It's unbelievable. Yeah. But you were talking about the barbering thing, so that's what you said about 26, 27 years ago or something like that. It's a long time. God, I'm terrible at maths. But what was your introduction to the barbering side of things? Because back then it would have been a very different place to what it is now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, barbering was, for years it was frowned upon as a living. It wasn't cool. It really hasn't been cool ever until maybe the last 7, 8, maybe 10 years, where things have changed a bit, and I see that, barbering, real barbering, you go from anyone can cut hair, anyone, but to become an artist and to become a true professional, and that it is an art, it really is an art. You've got there's that line, but I think with where it is now, it is amazing. I hope it carries on. It deserves to have the barbers that are doing the work that they're doing, this awesome work. They deserve to have recognition globally and historically, I mean, going back to the old way back, the barber, he was the guy that, he small dentistry. I mean,
that's right.
I mean, surgery, I mean,
tattooing.
He had a sharp blade, he had a steady hand, and he was an artist, very, very clever, and it's kind of like, you get these individuals who are great barbers, would probably be great at anything if they put the mind to it, because that way they're artists, and I think that's kind of where the line gets drawn between just cutting hair and being a real barber. And I've always had the highest respect for it. But in the past, man, for many years of my time, I've been in it, and lots of my friends who have also been in it for much longer than me. They can't believe what it is now. It's never been cool. But it is so cool. I mean, you look at these guys. Look at James Dean. You look at, Jimi Hendrix. I don't know. You look at Sinead O'Connor. What do you remember about them? You see the haircuts. Rock stars. It's mental when you think about it. The rock stars and movie stars and what have you are inspiration for all these different looks and book characters. I mean, they've been using barbers in a certain way for a long time, but it took so long for it to come into the populace and, like you say, kind of become part of our lives. People wasn't that, I don't want to say dirty little secret, but it become so popular that people could use it as an expression and not have to worry about it. Being able to walk in and go, I would like this haircut or I would like that haircut. And there being someone there of a similar mindset that's going, I got you 6, I can hook you up. And people really sort of embracing all these different lifestyles. I mean, it's great that now, obviously, these places like yourselves that's incorporating a little bit of everything are very welcoming. Because once upon a time, it's like, well, a lot of guys would have had to cope with either a shaved head or a short back and sides. That was it. And the idea about having it, and so many guys I've spoke to here on Braw Cast, is like the idea of beard grooming and all that side is just alien. They had no idea. Despite the fact that you mentioned stunt biking and
And obviously all the other things that go with that, biking and the cars and what have you. It's all there. So
I mean, that's our brand. I mean, that's East Coast Incorporated. You know, I've always said, you know, that what we have is 3 to 4 completely separate entities going on in here that have nothing to do with each other, nothing remotely similar. But we, apart from the fact that we're all into it and we've done it, and we've done it as a living, and we've been to a certain standard of it professionally. So it's kind of everything's real, man. You know, everything we do is real. There's lots of things we could get into, in business. You know, I just at this moment in time in my life, I'm happy to be humble. I'm happy to kind of keep this going as what I myself have achieved over the years. And sticking to what we know, so we can just give, rather than doing lots of stuff we don't understand, following fashions and trends, which I guess you have to an extent, but trying to keep those, you know, don't divert from the path. You know, I mean, do what you're good at, stick to what you know, and this is what we know, and this is what we do, and we will never change. You know, you know, that's what it will be. You know, if we change, if we want to do something else, it will be nothing to do with East Coast Incorporated. You know, this is our lives. You know, it's and it's where we feel comfortable. You know,
and your passion, and obviously the fact that you guys are so integrated with everything that's going on, that's on display in the likes of the shop, it gives it legitimacy, because you can. I mean, as you know, there's plenty of places that will do things for fashion unnecessarily. And people can smell that, because you can't trick the general public. You can't trick people that are interested in the things that you guys are interested in. It gives it a real legitimacy. And do you think that's why people keep coming back, and why you've built this little, I don't want to say fan base, because that's not what I mean, you've built this little community, this little family of people that will regularly come back and forth? Do you think that's
what's done it? Yeah, family would be maybe like a, that would be a good way of putting it. I think that well, you know, the fact that everything we've done, that we do in here, is real and has history to it. I don't see any problem with. I've always said there's no right or wrong way in business, you know, or in life. You just do what you do. This is our way, you know, and we're just this. It is. People, what they're going to do next, what's going to happen. We're just doing what we've done for years and put it under one name. And that's why we're so good at it, because we just stick to what we know. We couldn't do other things that other people are doing. I look at things, I go, I wish I could do that. I'd love to do that. But I have to realize, you know, I have a family. I have a lifestyle that I love to, you know, when I finish work, when I get the time, I love to go and do the stuff that I do, you know. And you know, it's not all about business. You know, it's about it's a balance. You know, a life balance. And this is kind of like, I mean, this takes up a lot of my time. You know,
I can imagine.
You know, definitely.
Especially if you, as you seem to, you've got like. I know it's all incorporated, but it is mind blowing. Like I say, we're a little. I'll tell you what, we'll get another little look in a section, because really, whatever you're watching, guys, it is mind blowing.
I'll give you a little walk around if you like.
Will we have a little walk around? Would that be all right, Graham?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's have a little walk around now. You're not going to believe this. Everything he's got here. Obviously, here's the shop. You've got all your sort of custom culture related merchandise and all your regular stuff. But look at that. The place has got such. Oh, I didn't see the booth.
Yeah, that's the booth. Yeah, I was sitting on a bench.
Very nice.
2 beer barrels. That's another booth that's got like basically our good friend, you know, Russell Field. He's a hell of a kite surfer, you know, and he worked behind our bar for quite some time. And,
right.
you know, that's a board that he snapped, you know. So
Is that what
that's like a legit, like his board that he snapped on the waves. That's my brother's snowboard, you know. That crash helmet was my first crash helmet, you know. It's like,
oh, Jesus.
that was mine from 1980. So
Oh.
that's been there a while. This guy's been here a while.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's got a face mask on. At least he's got a face mask.
Yeah, that was before we had the appointment system, you know. He waited a long time. So we have our little beer shop over here. Say cans come and go. We're really passionate about. We love beer, you know.
Yeah.
You know, motorcycles is great. Beer is probably my favorite pastime. It's just.
Oh God! Look at this.
It's so interesting to see what the genius that people are doing these days. You know. So we got local breweries, yeah.
IPAs.
Almasty, the guys from Allendale Brewery, you know, good friends of ours.
All right. What's your personal favourite just now, Graham? What's your personal favourite just now?
Just now, yeah, well, it pretty sucks for me, but I keep on banging on about I'm like gluten intolerant now, so.
Oh no.
Yeah, I used to love wheat beer. That was my favourite beer.
All right.
Until about 3 months ago.
Oh, shit.
Now I can't drink it. And I love bourbons. I love malt whiskies.
Okay.
I'm either now. So, yeah, so that's good. It's good for my drinking habit.
Right.
Here's our barbershop cabinet here.
Lovely little Dapple Dans.
Our Braw Beard oils.
There they are.
You can see that. There he is, the man himself.
There we go.
Big Slick, the guys from New Jersey. Pretty gangster.
All right.
Pretty
there we go.
Head, you know. Small little hats here. You know, a little clothing line. T-shirts.
Very nice.
And pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, man. What else we got? Oh, yeah. So this is the bar. So we... you know, but a lot of our customers will remember the 69 C10 that we built. Okay. The guy like a rat rod pickup truck. So these are the exhausts that are cut off it. And I don't know if you can see that very well, but we made them into beer pumps.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so if you kind of, you know, there you go, sort of beer pops out of there.
That's very cool.
That's a Road Crew Motorhead beer from a good friend of ours, Cameron's. The taps are from we got a '66 Chevelle,
right?
A muscle car, and these are like original Krieger wheels, which are like way too heavy to use today. So they were surplus to requirements. Anyway, we actually took the old sign down from the old shop.
Right.
Which has been up for about 4 years.
Right.
So that there is actually the old sign. And then we split the two wheels in half and then passed the 4 taps through there. So we run like a 7-tap bar normally. At the moment, we only have 4 on, you know, the limitations that we have.
Aye.
Which, yeah. Yeah, and then the little sign we made just with a router and burned it up a bit and used some old chain and sprockets, obviously, over the years.
So just stuff you had. Yeah.
I've gone through a lot of chains and sprockets, man, but like I never throw anything away, you know. You know, we built that car up there about 25 years ago. I tried to anyway, failed miserably because didn't have a clue what I was doing. But that's the front end of it, and that's been in several of our businesses over the years.
That's crazy,
so
right?
Kind of like this is where you would enter. I'll pop the big lights on here. Just a second. Because you can't see a damn thing out the back. You know, on the weekend we, you know, the barbershop gets closed down about 3:30, and the bar extends into the barbershop.
Right. So, which I've never heard of in my life, like a barbershop becoming a bar at night. That's very, very cool.
So we just open these gates a bit. So this is here. There's right here.
There you go.
we've got 4 bays at the moment.
Yeah.
These are our outside dividers.
Yeah.
To keep that social distance and looking nice, but also do its job. Little chill area. When we go out the back, it's kind of like we do a lot of live music in here normally.
Yeah.
And so it's a kind of where the bands would, the big loading bay out there where the bands come in, load the gear in and bring it through, you know. Toilets are pretty cool. We love Viking shit. Absolutely love it. So Odin would be the gents. And, you know, a good friend of mine, and John Jackson's actually, he painted the toilets. A guy called Kev Bambra from East Coast Airbrush.
All right. Oh, hello. I think you might have frozen there for a second, Graham. Oh, you're back. There you go. There you go.
Dead zone. That's a dead zone in the toilets.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Is what else? What would you need to put it there for? And
the nasty work goes.
And you've got, the, like I say, the venue at the back with bands.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not going to capacity just now because of this global bastard, this virus. But you are still open at the weekends.
Yeah, man. I mean, we open till about 8 p.m. Bookings only at the moment. I mean, we're full each weekend, you know.
Yeah.
We've gone from like a 70 occupancy down to a 25, you know, which sucks. But, you know, the workload's a lot easier, you know. It's kind of, I'll just put you down there for a minute.
Lovely. Thank you, mate.
So it's kind of like, it's one of those where I suppose at the minute, you know, we all take those pay cuts, but you know, take the kind of having a bit of time with your families and having a bit of time to do your hobbies and you know, whatever else the staff do in their pastime, which I'll not mention. But you know, it kind of gives you that bit of time to do those other things, I guess. So
there's so much going on in terms of you guys and the past. Everyone's been involved with so much, but the business itself is thriving just now with everything that's going on. Is there any big plans for in the future? You did mention how you're just wanting to keep things going right now. Stay the path until you see an opportunity that you really want to go over. Is there anything in particular coming up for East Coast?
I think it's kind of like, you know, I have this, you know, years ago I would be so happy about something just about to happen that I would, you know, I would kind of rejoice at it, and then next thing you know, it doesn't happen. So I always have that thing until the kind of to save the egg on the face, you know. Until it happens, it doesn't happen, you know. And I think, you know, we had some pretty big things that were going to happen just before lockdown, actually. I think what lockdown has sort of taught me, and maybe a number of other people out there, that, you know, it puts things into perspective. You know, I'm a guy that works a 70-hour week, you know, and has done for years, you know. I'm a guy that spent a lot of time away from his family, even though I now live, you know, 8 minutes from home. I still spend a lot of time away from them. And having that time with your family, because you can't do anything, just brings it all back. And like, you know, like this is, you know, you're trying to kind of make it work so that you have that time to spend with your loved ones and also keep a successful business company going, you know. And I think a lot of people have kind of had the same thing, you know. And I think it'll be a long time before any of us are back to normal, even in our own mental sort of state as how we're thinking. You know how we're thinking at the minute. I'm kind of in a pretty good place at the moment, you know. I think it put a lot of things into perspective that I personally needed to deal with and didn't even realize it. But financially, I mean, it ain't great, you know. Everything's like lower. We're still doing well. We're still getting people in, but you just can't get the amount of people in. So I think.
No.
But the main thing is, we've been operating the face mask thing since we opened. Even in the bar, people walking around, you have to have a face mask on, and every single one. It's pretty easy for us, though, man. I mean, we get like 20 odd people, 30 people in here on a weekend, and they're all regulars. They're all what I would class as friends now, and they kind of know. They just do it. If they go to the toilet, they put a mask on. It's always been that. So but in these bigger places must have some real problems on their hands. But that's kind of what I'm dealing with now.
Yeah.
Is that so? Yeah, it's all great. All this like stuff that's happened, but I've dealt with shit like this all throughout. I've been in business through, your swine flu, hand, foot, and mouth. I mean, all this other stuff. I mean, this is a pandemic. Yeah, it's a bigger deal. I get it, but we never, ever, ever had to close. And giving the strict barriers that we put between ourselves and our customers, and especially in the barbershop, a massive amount of time and expense now between customers. If we would have loved to have been given that opportunity to have put those in place rather than 3 or 3.5 months after, maybe a month after closing down, given the opportunity to have spent the thousands of pounds that we've spent in putting this process in order, we would have gladly done that and carried on paying our VAT, carried on paying our taxes, to keep normality, not even just for us, but for the customer, for people. So I guess it's now my hardest job that I have is actually dealing with kind of making people feel like a kind of normal and safe when they come in,
It's making people feel comfortable.
It's difficult to do when you tell them where to stand and you tell them, where to go and what to do. It's hard to make someone feel comfortable while you're doing that. So it's quite tricky, but we have me, myself, and the staff, and I'm a hands-on boss. I'm here all the time. I'm always around, and me and the staff, like I say, we're all equal. We couldn't do this. I couldn't do this without my staff. I couldn't do that without, my brother David. Stu, another barber, a bar staff. We couldn't do it without them. They're great people, and we've all sacrificed something for this. And we have regular meetings about how we can improve things for our customers, make things a little bit normal. But you got to keep people safe, man. I mean, that's the main thing right now. It's just keeping people safe, and this is safe. This is a safe haven. So don't worry about coming down. Support. Bring your money, spend it here. We'll keep you safe.
Definitely, you guys have got that amazing attitude. You're steering into the curve. You're making sure everyone is feeling safe and incorporating everything. So it's the same East Coast Incorporated it was before lockdown. That it's evolved. And everyone's going to come. That's just awesome. I've got to ask one question. Your venue, do you ever have stand-up comedy in there?
That's what I was going to say, man. I mean, once things are, whenever you're down this way, we need to get you in here.
I would love that.
We get burlesque dancers in here, and we get live music, original bands in here, and never stand up, man. And so that would be awesome to do something. I'll be thrilled to have you down here when we get going. And you'll have to drag John and Elaine down and the little one, and we'll get Get a crash for the little one.
It's about the only thing you don't have in there. So I don't know. Maybe that could be something next.
That's it.
Right. Yeah. Well, everyone can check out. You guys obviously are open. The bar's open. The barbers are open. Get down. Check it out. If you want any more information about everything that's going on at East Coast, eastcoastinc.co.uk. Oh, there we go there. Was the hand rub gel? God, you've even got gel. You've even got gel.
Oh,
look at that. Oh, God.
70% proof. There you go.
There you go. Oh, God. There you go. Get your hands clean and get pissed at the same time. That's absolutely fantastic. Graham, it's been such a blast, mate. I tell you what, let me pop you back in the green room and I'll wrap this up. I'll be with you in just 1 second. Everyone that's watching tonight, give it up for Graham and everyone at East Coast. Absolutely awesome. Cheers, guys. Right. What a show that was. Just good vibes. Good times, people that are really passionate about it. That's exactly what we love here on Braw Cast. Make sure to check it out. eastcoastinc.co.uk. That's INC. eastcoastinc.co.uk. Make sure to go and check it out. If you're down that way, pop in, buy some gear, help support them. Absolutely awesome. Right, that's all we've got time for. And this episode of Braw Cast, we're going to be back next week, of course, 8 o'clock Monday night. Make sure to check out everything that's going on social media. If you know anyone that'll be into this type of thing, of course, make sure to tag them, make sure to like it, make sure to share the broadcast. But head over to Braw Beard. Make sure to go to Braw Beard Oils. Join the Brawtherhood. We would love to hear from you. And let us know wherever you're watching this in the world. Right. I'm Billy Kirkwood. This is the whole bit where I try not to look at the thingy when I'm going to press the video thingy. How fucking Scottish did that sound out at the end? See you next Monday, fucker.